What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Week 6 Swolecast here on rotogrinders.com. I'm David Kitchen, noted Titans fan and Derrick Henry truther, and it's going to be a great show. Don't you switch anything. Don't you turn off anything. This is the show you want to be on. I want to welcome some of my fellow co-hosts. Tuttle, how are you doing today?
Doing all right. You mentioned you're a Derrick Henry fan, though. I think he might be on the or he might have went on the Soccer Dave diet during those last 2 weeks. He looked pretty rough out there.
Is rough scoring two?
Dave
can't even rebuttal. Can't even rebuttal.
Oh no. Davis, how are you?
You know, we're doing great. Actually, I just found out about 13 minutes ago that I still made money on FanDuel. I got my carrier pigeon in, so that was nice. So we're feeling good, Kitchen.
Listen, if you don't, I'm just glad you're playing on FanDuel because now you understand what all the hype is about. Peter, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I am a little worried about your insufferability levels today, but other than that, I'm excited to talk about FanDuel, the premier DFS site, and my personal place to play. A lot of big things going on over there, and excited to talk about it today, Dave.
Yeah, FanDuel.com, noted site of FF Comedy Hour _ Pete there. So yeah, for sure. We have a lot to talk about. Let's start with last night, that game. Peter, Derrick Henry, alpha running back, yes or no?
I don't normally remember recapping Monday night and Tuesday night football games
well,
on
this
the
is first
Swolecast.
Tuesday night. Hold on.
We got A and V Dave over here with kettlebells, a paused all 22 on there. That's the first time he's ever done a curl with a kettlebell. You can tell.
Don't you say that.
More out of breath, Kitchen now or Derrick Henry after his 2 yards per carry last night?
I'll say this:
yards per carry or 2 touchdowns.
Kitchen.
Sorry, I've been doing curls because all my stiff arms lately.
Are you excited about Darrington Evans? He looks like the guy with the most burst in that backfield right now. I'd be pretty stoked.
He got hurt.
He only played 5 snaps, bro.
You got to get
Jimmy
excited.
Nichols. Someone's not grounding the showdown slate. I do want to shout out Michael Leone. Listen, tough scenes for the guy. Yesterday, he commented on Twitter, said that it was like there was no better lock than Bills -3 with all the Titans that were out. So tough scenes for the guy. I might even give him a call during the Swolecast and see kind of how he's holding up. So
well, it became pretty obvious pretty early that was the square play, myself included. And
it made such an absurd amount of sense that most of the time, if I realize something is that square, I'll at least stop publicly talking about it. But it was the nut spot of nut spots for the Bills. And I can't believe that they got shellacked that hard.
Yeah. I mean, I guess when you come into contact, when you have all the adversity that the Titans have faced, hashtag Tennessee tough.
Did we get any boots on the ground takes from Cal? Cal was at the game, right?
Yeah, Cal was at the game.
He's actually in the ER now. Some early COVID symptoms.
So we had a couple of our home league mates that went to the game as well. And basically, we saw them. They said they were going to the game, and then we saw them on TV. They showed a crowd reaction, and they're in their stands, and both were wearing plaid button-down shirts and a navy vest, sitting next to each other, and they got busted. They got caught. If you're going to match with your league mate going to a game, it's not going to be good when it's broadcast on TV. It's like the Saved by the Bell episode where Zach catches a foul ball. Anyways, let's move forward. Let's move forward. We have a lot to unpack. Peter,
looks like there's a porn scene.
Yeah, what is going on this TV? What's the plan with this TV, Dave?
I should probably pause it. This is an ad for Hustle.
Hustler?
Hustle. Make it on your own terms. She looks like she is a designer, and she's hustling. It's a side hustle. So good use of ad space. They're getting they paid for this ad space on YouTube, but they're getting it for free on the Swolecast.
YouTube Inception advertising.
Yeah. All right. We'll turn it off. We'll turn this off. Peter, do you want to get started on what you have to show us?
Oh, yeah. So I received a package literally on my doorstep today, and I wanted to unbox it here on the show. And I'll give people a little background here. Clay, who is a big Swolecast fan, after I got made fun of for being Android user last year, he sent me an LG phone. He does branding and marketing for LG. And then after that big keynote yesterday, that Dave he wanted to send me the LG Wing. I believe it's the world's first 5G swivel smartphone. So, yeah, you said I had my head in the sand about that Apple keynote, but I guess the joke's on you,
Let's
Dave.
open it up. Let's see what this is more exciting than waiting for my scores to update on FanDuel.
This is it's the problem is I have so many phones now. I just don't know what to do with them all.
Hey, Pete, while you're opening that up, Davis, what are you doing right now?
Sending some dynasty trades.
Can you, for the next hour, just focus on the Swolecast?
I'll do my best.
Well, are you getting paid for this?
It depends if I remember to fill out.
All right. Well, we're not paying you. We're not paying you this big Swolecast money
someone
for you
tweeted
to
at
be
me
sending
yesterday.
dynasty trades and not paying attention to what Peter is doing here.
Yeah, watch me unbox my new $750 phone.
Is that the retail price on this?
I don't know. It might actually be more than that. It has a wing screen. I mean, come on.
All right. Well, while Peter is opening up that, I did want to update the listener league from last week. It was tough scenes out there, but we persevered. Dizzy_D, 198.46. He was first overall, no Cowboys and Giants. So he got the first place prize and the t-shirt from having no Cowboys and Giants. G. DeFry has the top Irish player, which was Golden Tate.
Nice.
We did have one other guy. Whoever played Claypool, also message us, swolecast@gmail.com. We'll give you a shirt because that was an amazing play. 0.5% Claypool.
Was that the Irish play? Is Claypool?
Yeah.
Is that because Clay Ireland? I don't know.
Wait, Davis, what is the Clay Ireland tie-in?
Davis, I think you should probably sit out the origin of the Irish, Scottish stuff. But if you're sitting dynasty trades, where Claypool went to college at, right?
University of Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Wow, look at that wing.
Wow.
Dang, dude.
Oh.
I don't. So explain to me the practicality of this.
All right, so you're reading the phones here, and then you get a trade offer in your dynasty league while you're on the Swolecast, and you just whip that up right there.
I get it.
That's still not quite getting it.
No, because you can be on with one hand typing and still seeing stuff from vertical. It's like the sidekick. That's cool, man.
I wish I was in the meeting where they thought this. Imagine if you could just flip it up a little bit and then you could look at it sideways.
Look at you iPhone users, just salty that the powers at B don't send you guys free phones. It really pays off to be an Android guys on the Swolecast. That's what I'll say.
All right. Well, from that announcement to the next announcement, first of all, please like and subscribe to our channel. We're begging. We are begging. Smash it. If you have, Willis is awesome said, man, that is so dope. Android gang. Hashtag Android gang.
Oh, don't know if that's the gang you want to be in.
I actually heard Peter is going to send a free phone to Android users in the chat.
Yeah. You know what? Let's just go ahead and announce it right now. last week we filled the listener league way early on Friday, no less. We made it as big as we can possibly make it, and it filled on Friday. So 200 max. I reached out to DraftKings, and they basically said they couldn't.
The Derrick Henry stiff arm is what they gave you.
Yeah, they gave us the Derrick Henry stiff arm, but they said that around tentpole events, aka big events like Thanksgiving, they could do it for us. So maybe we'll have another listener league, 2 listener leagues around Thanksgiving. So that should be fun. However, what's going to be fun is having a rake-free league, a 3-max league.
3 max?
3 max.
Wow. Okay.
3 max. And this is going to be, I think there's only 500 spots for this first league, but Peter's already decided to throw in something Android to a winner. I might even I will throw in a brand new 5K Fire Stick from Amazon. This is
$5.
Yeah. You can't tweet that out and then think you're going to
MSRP $50 on this thing, maybe even more. Yours. If
this
you
is classic David Kitchen right now. Just classic. Who didn't get the 4K Fire Amazon stick? Who did not order that?
I tried to go. I couldn't figure out where to put the promo code in to get the $5 version. I gave up.
Is it too hard on the Android to get it figured out? Is it just they hide it? It's on the other part of your screen, and you were looking
he didn't have the wing phone.
You got to flip the screen horizontal mode to see the button.
Here's the thing. I knew Dave bought like 100 of them to pawn them off as Christmas gifts, as if he was super generous. So I know I'll get one from Dave here at Christmas.
Okay. Good. Davis, you didn't tell me thank you for that 5K Fire Stick. You just said that you got it, like eventually, like you said it. Like, but you didn't give
buy
me
it off. I didn't buy it off your link. Someone in the Daily Rota Slack chat posted it for everybody.
But was it the link that I posted though?
I'm sure it wasn't.
I'm sure it was. You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody.
Davis was willing to pass up on the deal, just hoping someone else's referral link would share it, so he didn't have.
Yeah, there was no way I could use a David Kitchen referral link.
That was a referral free link. Anyways, FanDuel.com/Swolecast. So this is going to be the listener league. Shout out to FanDuel.
Is that link actually live?
I'm sure it will be if it's not already.
FanDuel.com.
Might take them a while to get to it. But.
I would bet everything that link is up and working perfectly right now.
Oh my gosh!
I mean,
It is.
So there you go.
You can't rely on FanDuel for live scoring, but you can rely on them for that Swolecast.
Well, here's the thing. It's not FanDuel's fault that the stats are not working, bro. This is a Stats Inc. problem, and this is happening to more than just FanDuel. If you play fantasy on other sites that use Stats Inc., it's also all blacked out.
Did you see the headline message from the top yesterday? I tweeted out that it was like the biggest subtweet ever. It was like, despite one of our stats providers ineptitude. They didn't say it like that, but live scoring is now working. So
it'll be fixed by next week for this.
I get it. Sometimes you've got parts of your company, parts of your show that are unreliable, that are doing other things. And everyone should just be focused on one thing. Right, Davis?
Got to be focused on your Android.
Kitchen, you do need to mention to people, though, I mean, it's great that they spun it up, but everyone does have to add up their own scores and submit them to us on Twitter.
They don't. But I will say the live score release hour was captivating, and it was just me refreshing to see if I was on the bubble, because I didn't play Zeke. So I had to play CEH because Davis told me he was a must play on both sites, and then Davis did not play him on either site.
Kareem Hunt was a better play, bro.
Do you feel disingenuous touting.
I don't feel disingenuous because one, Clyde Edwards-Helaire cost me a bunch of money in GPPs.
Okay. All right. It's just, I don't want to...
Kitchen, how much are you tailing Davis each week? And now I'm curious.
No, I
Bro.
mean,
Bro,
you know how
last
Davis,
night-
you know how Davis said the last year, like he's tailing the high stakes guys.
Yeah.
Davis is now my high stakes guys that I'm tailing.
So last night we get in this giant argument in our secret chat about Nick Westbrook Akine, and Kitchen takes it so far that he plays Nick Westbrook over Ferkser in cash. Like, just like, I don't know why. I don't know what did this.
Okay,
to him.
no, hold on. I said that both were fine, but then Davis took it and Tuttle took it to such an extreme.
Oh, you came
that,
out
like
firing
they backed
hot.
me into a corner. They backed me into a freaking corner.
Sounds like you guys have a lot of fun in that chat.
Yeah. Speaking of the super secret chat, I don't want to like expose anything, and we're about to get to week 6. Don't you worry.
They
30 minutes
worry.
of the show.
They
Yeah.
worry about that.
I'm not going to say who it was, but the name rhymes with Mr. Schmuddle. Message us 12:15 Central Time, 15 minutes after the games start, with a question about his flash draft. I have never done a main slate flash draft. Tuttle did.
It was the fact that they had Deshaun Kaiser as an option on their flash draft. Like, how does that?
Tuttle is just trying. Tuttle is trying to. He wants, now that Peter and I have stolen his niche as the sharp guys on the show, he's trying to steal your niche as the flash draft specialist.
It's true.
So that you have to find your own thing, Kitchen.
I didn't. I mean, I thought that Millie Maker, DK Pro, and Flash Draft Specialist was enough for me. But Daily Fantasy Accuracy Cup champion 2015, 2020, different story. All right, let's look ahead. Look ahead. It's a forward-thinking show.
We already have 20 entries in this Swolecast contest.
Maxed it, dude. I maxed it so fast.
We probably need to get ours. I mean, because this is a sweet tournament.
It is.
Yeah.
So, and shout out to FanDuel for working with us.
FanDuel.com/Swolecast.
All right. But let's look ahead towards week 6. I'm just going to say it. It's not pretty out there. It's not pretty at all.
This is the worst slate of the year. This is the first time you open it up and you're like, great, awesome, really excited to make these choices.
Someone said it was like week 17, and it kind of feels like that. So, as far as Davis, what you're looking for this week, what is it?
I guess I am looking for some reason to feel confident in a quarterback stack other than Ryan Fitzpatrick and Matthew Stafford. Like, I'm looking for reasons to stack Brady. I'm looking for reasons to stack, Matt Ryan, Kirk Cousins, because it's just a mess out there. And I cannot imagine like stacking a 17% owned Ryan Fitzpatrick. It's against my code of ethics.
It's not even Fitzmagic. It's who you're stacking him with.
Gesicki and
Devontae. This is Narrative Street, Davis. He's going against the guy that held him down.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm in on this take.
What about Preston Williams finally breaking out? No love?
Yeah, well, I mean, he gets love.
Well,
if you're not in on that take, there's two. You can be in on the late sweat take because there's 2 4 p.m. games this week, and you're going to be bored as hell if you don't have one of these Miami.
Yeah, it's the Jets in Miami prime time there, and then the Packers and the Bucks. And from like the Packers standpoint, Dan, boots on the ground. I was talking earlier, tight end position on FanDuel. Bobby Tonyan's the second highest priced tight end. Like, that's how thin things are this week.
Escalated quickly, yeah.
I guess when you have 3 touchdowns like that.
It's Kitchen's Titans that are going to be chalk this week, right?
I think so.
Tanny, Henry, AJ Brown.
Yeah, probably somewhat.
And Jonnu, too.
Grown-ass man. Dare I say.
You know what? I was making fun of Henry on top of the show, but like, there's some worry, right? To his what his workload was last night. Like, are they gonna ease? I mean,
they were playing Evans and McNichols a lot, bro. Like not enough where you're like, oh, they're just trying to work on the big dog. Like enough where like Peter and I are DMing like, dude, it's Evans season. Like we're feeling like.
Well, 34
got more
66
Evans
snaps for Henry.
Yeah.
That's concerning. Like when
I've
you
got more Evans than Henry, I think, in my Schmeshmal smears.
Love to hear that.
And I like he look.
I mean, look, first of all, Kitchen, you were already being prosecuted by the FBI for tweeting about your best ball teams multiple times.
No, just my Claypool teams.
No, dude,
you had him on one DraftKings best ball team,
2, and 1 underdog team.
You are legit breaking the law, and you've been reported to the authorities.
No, you know what? I'm going to give immunity to everybody. I'm not sure if it's going to be this week or next week, but I'm going to give immunity to everybody that wants to tweet the Swolecast their best ball teams, just so they can get it out there.
Davis, you can't be talking. You're talking about your dynasty trades too. That's pretty close to a federal offense.
Not a federal offense.
Davis, what was your last dynasty trade that you just offered? Let's hear like what this.
I just traded Cam Akers for McCole Hardman, so that's the very last transaction I made.
It's okay, lit, so you received all the Chiefs.
You received McCole Hardman. I told you Sammy Watkins was going to get hurt.
If you're in a dynasty league with me, this is a very good time to offer a trade to me because I am tilting. I'm tilting.
Why are you tilting?
You know, just we all make bad decisions sometimes, David.
Oh, okay. Sounds personal. All right. As far as like the thing with AJ Brown is that he's priced really cheap on both sides. He's going to be the absolute chalk on both sides because of his price tag. I'm not sure about Henry because of what Tuttle said. It looks like he was gassed last night. I mean, no practice for 2 weeks. Except for that
apparently it doesn't matter though. Apparently it just oh my god, I can't believe it.
We've really confused Devin. We're almost 25 minutes in and we're still on the overview of the topic section. He doesn't know what to do with us.
Go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button. We get to 100 likes, we move on to the quarterbacks. All right. Yeah, let's just move on to quarterback. We'll go quarterback. No, we got to go building a lineup. Should we build a DK lineup first, or should we build a FanDuel lineup?
It should be FanDuel first.
Oh my gosh,
we should do
this
FanDuel.
show is a nightmare.
on FanDuel, the number one DFS
we have a
provider
listener
for
league.
Swolecast.
That's right. So on FanDuel, let's go ahead and build a lineup on FanDuel. Let's just do it.
Do it.
As I was saying earlier, though, like Henry on FanDuel is like very expensive.
Yeah.
Not expensive enough, though. Am I right, Dave?
It's pretty expensive, $9,000. But I will say, Houston is terrible against the run.
Should I use one of my $4.44 ticket that FanDuel gave me for last week's conundrum? Yeah. Should I use my voucher?
I got
FanDuel.com/voucher if you haven't already.
I didn't get any money back because I got a nice little 5X on FanDuel. So
do you only get it? Do you only get it if you lost?
Yeah.
No, you still get the 444.
Right.
Yeah. But
the FF back, Comedy Hour. You see at the top of leaderboards.
Don't need that 50% back. All right. Let's go to FanDuel, and Peter, we'll let you start.
All right. I got a FanDuel play for you guys.
Okay.
We talked about wanting that 4 p.m. hammer. Let's roll out some Ronald Jones at 5,800.
Wow. How the turntables.
How? What are you talking about? I have like 80% exposure to Ronald Jones because of Karain. Why can't I be on Ronald Jones now?
No, you can be, obviously.
All right.
By the way, did you guys play the lineup that we played on FanDuel last week? in cash.
I've never once played the Swolecast lineup ever.
It had Henry Ruggs, Tyreek, Mahomes, and Kelsey.
Tailless.
The double tight end play. Yeah, with Kittle. So all right, we've got Davis. You go next.
So I want to play Lamar. We saved a little bit of salary here at running back, and I just my faith has been so shaken in him, and he's been so brutal as a passer, and I think that is going to lead to him being like wildly low owned this week. I'm hoping so, at least.
I save us money, and then Davis just blows it all in one pick.
Do you think he should be low owned though?
Yes. I mean, he's been terrible. He ran two times last week.
Turns out when you put a running back at quarterback, you don't get a whole lot done. Ode to Big T right there.
All right.
Taysom Hill got there, guys. Taysom Hill got there.
He was still far from optimal, but he got there.
Enough for a Kenny Powers gift. That's all that matters.
All right. Tuttle?
I'm also going to save at running back on a guy who I think is actually pretty close to a lock this week on both sites. He's not a fun play, but since Tariq Cohen has been out, 80% of the offensive snaps over the last 2 weeks. 14 total targets over the last 2 weeks. David Montgomery, man.
I'm glad you did it so I didn't have to.
He's lockish in cash games this week against the Panthers.
He doesn't leave the field.
He's not very good, but he doesn't leave the field.
When does Le'Veon Bell clear waivers and does it change the thesis of this play if he signs with the Bears?
Can he get to Chicago by Sunday?
You've got – so I'm not sure if he's going to be like chalk on – at least on FanDuel, because you've also got Ronald Jones, and you've got – if Dalvin Cook does not play, which we assume he's not going to, you know, he's $7K, but he's good. Like Madison's going to be close to a lock there.
I mean, we're the first people doing week 6 DFS content. We set the chalk. So if we want him to be chalk, David Montgomery is chalk.
We set the tone. All right. I'm just going to go play AJ Brown just because he's just too cheap.
How happy does it make you to know that there is a Titan who is just a stone cold lockopotamus?
All right, which one are you talking about? AJ, Jonnu, or Tannehill, or Henry?
Wait, who did you just take, David?
AJ Brown. And Tuttle, please save your size and dirty looks after the David Montgomery take.
No, AJ Brown's a good pick.
Do you guys still think that Tannehill is can't keep it up from last season, Davis? You still think he can't keep it
up? Dude,
I'm
having a tough day, man. Why are you doing this to me right now?
Kitchen, can we see you reenact Tannehill's touchdown celebration?
You got to see the jump, though. Let's see the landing.
Yeah, that was a tough scene. I thought that he tore something. I thought that he hurt himself when he did that. Like his knee hyperextended. Okay, so Lamar, Ronald Jones, David Montgomery, and AJ Brown. Peter, you're up.
All right, let's stack up Lamar. Let's go ahead and get Marquise Brown in here.
Blah, blah, blah. Yards per route run. Blah, blah, blah. Air yards.
Blah, blah, blah. Buy low. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm the guy that gave you Henry Ruggs last week in this lineup. Blah, blah, blah.
That was actually me, but...
Was it?
Rewind it, yeah. Rewind the tape.
It's hard to know. I mean, this is a forward-thinking show, but it felt like something.
This is a forward-thinking show, but since you brought that up, Peter, everyone's tweeting about, to you about the AJ Brown stuff, and I feel like that was my bit.
Well, Tuttle came for your flash draft status. I stole your AJ Brown.
Davis, don't even. Not even.
On this show, Peter said that he thought AJ Brown could be the best fantasy wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, because he took my thing and wanted to go one step above just to steal it.
I've never heard you say that. Peter said that.
AJ Brown, DK Metcalf. All right.
Peter's going to hate.
For a podcast audience, Peter just whipped out his Android wing.
This could be the worst show of all time.
Not going to disagree. Davis, you're up.
Okay, Mark Andrews.
Double stacking cash.
Double stacking cash. Dude, I mean, Mark Andrews is like going to finish tight end 1, and he's only going to do it by scoring like 14 touchdowns on 43 receptions.
Okay, Tuttle.
There's so many ways that I want to screw this lineup up right now.
I know,
you got to go with
Ertz,
bro.
Ertz in the
I was going to say
Ertz was the guy.
like
Exactly who I was thinking about.
to do it.
The dust, the corpse of Zach Ertz. What is the bring back though? St. Miles Sanders.
Let's see.
What is or Travis Fulgham?
Fulgham is practicing.
Fulgham's
today.
5,300.
Don't even think about DJ. You'll play him. He'll play 5 snaps, tear his hammy, and be done. I'll bring it back with Miles Sanders. Remember, this is a cash lineup too.
Wow.
With the double stack, do you have to bring it back though? That's the question.
Yes.
Yeah.
In cash for sure.
Yeah, in cash. I mean, I would prefer to play Fulgham in cash, but Sanders is fine too.
Things you didn't think you'd ever say. I would prefer to play Fulgham in cash.
I mean, Fulgham at 5,300, people actually might play this dude in cash games.
Yeah, they will for sure.
Okay, so if we go Bears defense or somewhere around there, we can get to Kenny Galladay, 7,200.
Galladay.
All right, let's move on. Quarterbacks. Devin, sorry about the flow of the show.
Just now starting court.
Quarterbacks for this week. This should be a short combo, though, I'm guessing. Tuttle, what's your thought about quarterback this week?
Well, Galladay's quarterback is probably going to find himself fairly heavily owned. He stands out as one of the better options. He's 6,300 on DraftKings. On FanDuel, he's what,
73
on FanDuel.
On FanDuel, he's 73. I think he's, again, we're doing this Wednesday. We're doing this real early in the week, but I think he's the guy that's standing out as like the cash game option early in the week. If you're pivoting off of that, who do you even go to? I don't know. Like you guys said, Tannehill is probably going to be owned. I refuse to do it, but
do you think Tannehill's going to be owned this week?
Oh yeah.
I think Fitzpatrick's going to be owned.
Fitzpatrick, I don't know. Tannehill will be. Tannehill will be. Yeah. All these guys are going to be around 10%.
Welcome everyone to the Soccer Dave play. Tannehill and cash. All right. Davis, thoughts?
So what I'm really thinking is, can I actually play $5,900 Ryan Fitzpatrick in my primary cash game lineup on DraftKings? And because DraftKings is the second site now, because so it's on DraftKings.
Yeah,
on DraftKings.
On DraftKings.
Yeah, you got to put the right emphasis on this syllable.
Yeah, and so what I'm thinking is, I can't make myself do it. Like let me find a way, or let me play like someone dustier, honestly, like Kirk or something. Because I've seen the Fitzpatrick thing happen so many times, and yeah. What's more?
Is it because of me?
No.
Okay.
What I think is actually interesting, though, is no Patrick Mahomes, no Kyler Murray, no Dak Prescott. What is going to be the tournament strategy? Like, what is like? I don't know if we're going to see Fitzpatrick and a double stack be more than like first of all, I don't really want to do that because it just sounds gross. But like, I'm just having a hard time coming up with tournament strategies that I really want to attack in this week overall.
Where are you at, Peter?
Yeah, I'm actually not really struggling with it all that much. I think you play Deshaun Watson, you can play Tom Brady, you play Aaron Rodgers, paying up for those guys. We like that 4 p.m. hammer. I actually think Brady's pretty intriguing at coming off of the forgetting which down it was. Everyone thinks he's
and gets Godwin
angry
back.
Brady. Are you going angry Brady narrative?
No, I'm going barely lucid Brady narrative. No, yeah, as Davis said, getting Godwin back, that seems like it could be a fun game. I could see that one going way over the total there.
Yeah. A bunch of these guys are all the same, feels like. So I'll probably just go Tannehill and stick to the brand. I do think, though, that the roster construction with some of these dirt cheap guys will just kind of influence whoever's. There's so many like decent options that you're just going to plug in whoever fits the salary build.
Will people go back to Olamide Zaccheaus?
No. If anything, they'll go to.
He ran a route on
No.
every Matt Ryan drop back last week.
Well, when you're not
Julio
getting
will
targeted,
hobble in for 15 snaps and ruin him anyway.
What is his price, Davis?
3,200 on DraftKings.
Jeff Smith is the DraftKings guy.
Yeah.
They refused to price up. Too bad Flacco's his quarterback, but he saw 11 targets.
he still got
last
targets last week. He got some end zone targets too. So close.
But it is an interesting, like everyone went back to Brandon Cooks last week. Like no one was afraid of that air ball. Why would people not want to go back to Zaccheaus if he's projecting similarly and Julio's out?
And it's probably because he's Zaccheaus and the other guy was Brennan Cooks.
And it was because Cooks was getting all the pub. He was very highly projected on two of the projection sites.
All right. You got this barn burner of a. Oh, also, Preston Williams. Well, we'll talk about that when we talk about receiver. Let's go to running back. Tuttle mentioned David Montgomery. Are you on board with that, Davis?
So the thing is the salary cap. Here's the thing. The salary cap on DraftKings this week is actually loose enough that I think you can get away with not playing him. I think that, so would you rather play David Montgomery in what is the best possible matchup for running backs, or would you rather play Kareem Hunt in what has been a terrible matchup for running backs? And I actually am kind of leaning the terrible matchup with Kareem Hunt, but I bet that Tuttle can talk me out of it in about 30 seconds.
I'll take the under.
There's so many other players.
I just have to say 1,100 more, and then that's
yeah.
But you're not like, you don't like, so right now the team I have saved on DraftKings has all the plays I want with zero sacrifices except for defense.
Do you have Lindsey saved too?
No. That's the thing. That's the thing. What if Lindsey can't get back? I mean, I think he's like almost a lock to play, but what if he's not back and we get Royce Freeman season?
There are a lot of you guys aren't interested in Madison?
He's a lock.
He's
so he
Peter,
says he's
buddy.
a lock, and then Peter's saying he's pricey. I was curious because before the season, you said that Madison drafters were donkeys because it was Mike Boone who was going to get all the love.
Tell me why you would play Madison for 7,200 when Mike Davis is 7,000. He's literally Christian McCaffrey. He's $1,000.
Well, you're gonna play both of them.
No, I'm not.
Peter's playing with house money now, so he just doesn't care, bro.
I don't think he's that incredible.
Would you play Dalvin for 7,200 here?
Depends on the ownership, Davis. That's kind of something I take into consideration.
Owned. I mean, I think that it is like the best possible spot. I think he's going to see 17 carries and 4 targets. I think he's an incredible play.
He's fine for cash.
Yeah. I mean, I think that there are some really interesting tournament spots. I think you're going to see very low ownership on Aaron Jones, rather. And I think that you're going to see really low ownership on our boy Ronald Jones. And I think both of those guys in that game are both really interesting.
Well, we couldn't really think of good QB stacks to start, but if we think Madison's going to soak up some pretty decent ownership, which I think he will, then it's Kirk Cousins season.
Kirk and min price Irv and Thielen.
Irv Smith, baby, 2,500.
Also, Justin Jefferson, that guy is swaggy as hell, man. He's so fun to watch.
He is, yeah. So annoying that like I draft every rookie wide receiver in the world, but I like go through all my teams. I don't have any Justin Jefferson.
Yeah,
I didn't trust the thesis of the play, Pete.
Well, we were drafting Rager in the same spot over him, and that hurts.
So I'll be curious to see about if Derrick Henry, like what his ownership is going to be on DraftKings, well, and FanDuel, because he's still on DraftKings. He's still 7.3. Like I get that he didn't play a lot of snaps, but he's also going to get all those red zone goal line touches. And if McNichols did get a little banged up last night.
Inaccurate. Evans got banged up.
Yeah, Evans did.
Oh, so did McNichols. He went down also. He came back, finished out the game, but I think that they were kind of resting.
Oh my God,
Derrick Henry.
This is making me sick.
I will say this is midday Wednesday. I would say by the end of the week we get an article that says, yeah, Derrick Henry only played these snaps, but he's going to play X more this week.
Yeah,
like this was planned because
logical.
on the second drive, it wasn't like he came out after a run. Like he was like missing whole drives. I think it was planned. Trying to workload management. This game against the Texans run D is an elite spot for my man.
The one thing I like about the Henry is if everyone's playing Tanny and AJ Brown, and then you play the Houston passing game and bring it back with the big dog.
Do you play Brandon Cooks this week, or is it now Cooks is chalk and we get to play Fuller, or is the field just too sharp and it doesn't matter?
Fuller and you mega mine like Randall Cobb or something.
Mega mine Darren Fells like Leone.
Fells was a sick play after that Aikens.
Yeah, dude, he ran 2 routes. It was sick.
Is that what he ran?
3,400.
No, he ran like 11.
Of course.
Hey, Producer Devin, can you give me like a warming filter?
Hey, can we get some saturation for?
I cannot get this lighting right.
I want Kitchen's routine to be going to the tanning bed before the Swolecast show on Wednesdays.
All right, it's that Titans win glow that's coming off of me. It's a pregnant glow. Let's talk about wide receivers. Obviously, AJ Brown, both sides, but you guys mentioned Kirk Cousins, Adam Thielen. He's just like crushing whenever they're in the red zone right now. It seems like it's all that Kirk Cousins is looking at. So, what's your take on Thielen and these upper tier guys, Davis?
So I want to get Thielen in cash, which is why I asked the question earlier about my specific lineup construction, because it has Adam Thielen in it. This Falcons defense is like historically terrible, and I think that Adam Thielen is just going to project super, super well this week. I think that the biggest wide receiver question you have to answer for yourself this week is, what do you do with the Steelers, guys? Like what happens? What do you do with Claypool? What do you do with Deontay? What do you do with Juju? Because like if you think that Juju is still the man in like some way, shape, or form, like 2% ownership, yeah, he's not. But if you think that though,
he's also absurdly priced relative to what his role has been.
Well, it's kind of like Showdown, where like actually the worse someone's price is, the better they are as a play, because it just gets you into way more unique combos. Like Juju at 6,600 on DraftKings, what's he going to be at 2% owns, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what do we think Deontay Johnson's ownership is going to be? Because he seems that sweet spot of if you can get him lower owned if people chase Claypool. And
he's a good play if he can last more than 10 snaps, I think.
Be the first time he's
that's
done
the
it.
thing.
I've played him the last 2 weeks, and he's gotten freaking injured both times.
The Steelers receiving situation will be interesting. Also,
He still
Visca
leads the team in targets, by the way.
Oh, Visca's just a lock, bro.
Well, he did. I don't think he practiced today, so
He's fine.
We'll
He's getting that superstar rest treatment already.
Because I don't think that that Shark is playing this week.
No, he Visca is a lockopotamus.
Peter, do you agree with that? As a former Visca truther?
Former? Yeah, do you have a signed Visca helmet in your house?
Current Visca truther.
I should take a
take a picture of the
yes. Visca, the thing is, Curtis Patrick got a tweet about this, that they were giving him more carries early on, not as many targets. They've kind of gone away from the carries and are now just featuring him as a true wide receiver as Chark's been banged up. So if he's getting these 7-8 targets a game, I mean, we haven't seen the ceiling yet, not even close to what it can be.
All right. We've only got 63 likes right now. Can we hammer the like button, please? I just
smash
on it. Thank
they
you.
know we still have 2 hours left to finish this show, so they're just pacing themselves.
The current pace we're going.
Killer Instinct says the guy that said CEH is the lock of all locks last week, and then did not play him.
Look, dude,
HM Hill said Visca won't be in any of Davis.
I will say, getting locked onto takes is pretty brutal on a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday, dude, I have so much information, that is yet to arrive.
Right. Give us this terrible take that you're stuck to for the rest of the week. And
okay, but I mean,
this is why I do a Periscope from 12:50 to 1 p.m. each week, and I give out my final takes as lock is about to happen. I mean, that's the only way to be transparent in this industry.
Yeah,
right.
I guess.
Let's any other wide receiver. I feel like there's lots of wide receiver takes on this. Let's honestly talk about Preston Williams. I want to talk about him earlier. Davis, what's your thought about Preston? Because last week came out of nowhere.
I mean, my thought is that there's probably actually leverage with a David Kitchen favorite play for like the first time ever, that so many people are going to play Gesicki, so many people are going to play Parker, that I think that you actually will have a little bit of leverage there. I'm actually curious, though. Are the New York Jets the all-time last place bring back team where like people will stack the Dolphins, but they absolutely will not bring back Jeff Smith?
Crowder's crushing.
Or Crowder,
yeah, Crowder will be super popular, but
yeah,
whatever.
The Jeff Smith, man.
Your hope is that like the worst case is that the Jets keep this like close and it's like a low scoring affair. You want Miami to just crush them so you can get all those fourth quarter Crowder points like last week, and
bringing it back with Michael Pirine personally.
I'm pretty sure Frank Gore's going to get all those whale routes.
It will take him 2 days to run it.
So if we're playing the GAM plays, it's AJ Brown.
The FFPC grinders are very hyped about Pirine, Pete.
Are they?
They well, some of them.
What's his athletic profile?
It was that he caught passes at Florida. I think he had like 30 receptions each season at Florida or something.
The grinders don't care about pass catching. They like the early down touches.
Yeah. Well,
they are hype on Montgomery this week. This is their Super Bowl.
This is their Super Bowl. or Le'Veon signing with the team where he's going to get carried.
All right.
See this Michael Pirine comp. I'm invested in this. TJ Yeldon, who smashed last night.
Oh man, he's wide open. Oh, as a
that was so frustrating.
Oh.
Single twat.
Did he have like an ADOT similar to Henry Ruggs last night? Wasn't it like a 30-yard touchdown pass?
Yeah,
it was ridiculous. All right, Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, and he takes for those concentrated offenses. Peter,
tough few weeks here for the DJ Moore truthers here. Robbie Anderson is the alpha. I will wave the white flag. Yeah, they're both good plays though.
I was about to say, it's like the beta is not really a beta in this offense.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. I think they're both good plays. Teddy Bridgewater has been solid. There's no tight end that's getting used, so it's just those two and Mike Davis, and you're good to go.
I'm looking right now at some of the RG projections that we have, and there's another 3K guy, Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised he's still 3K. He's got a big enough role.
Chicago Bears Jeff Smith.
Yeah, he's not going to do much, but can I get a pet peeve out of the way?
Yeah.
everybody's like, oh my gosh, he's overtaken Anthony Miller as the Bears wide receiver too. Anthony Miller has and always will be a slot receiver.
Yeah.
Whoever is the starting receiver is going to play more snaps than him. I read this every single week, and it was my pet peeve 4 weeks ago, and it's 4 weeks of build up now.
I'm just imagining Tuttle's Twitter feed that just completely consumed with like ancillary Bears talk, and it's just driving Tuttle crazy.
No, it's any write up about the Bears every single week. Darnell Mooney has passed Anthony Miller as the Bears wide receiver too.
The interesting thing about Anthony Miller is that he was Antonio Gibson before Antonio Gibson, and people put no respect on Anthony Miller's name. He's really good though. The Bears suck.
Yeah, he was the Memphis guy, right?
Yeah, literally played the same position.
Leone is not picking up his phone.
Okay.
Smart man.
Cannot believe this. I was going to have him pick a play. Hi. What's up, man? I want to show everyone. Look at him wearing his Bills jersey or Bills sweatshirt. God love you. Bless your heart.
So condescending.
You don't have me saved in your phone?
I do have you saved. I don't know why it didn't come up as Dave Kitchen.
All right. So
Maybe I removed you after last night. I'm about to hang up. I know where this is headed.
no, it's not headed anywhere. You're live on the Swolecast, the leading DFS site the leading DFS show of all shows. I know you had a tough night last night. I know that on Twitter you said the Bills -3 was the lock of all locks. You don't see how it could go wrong. So I want you to pick what we play in the DraftKings lineup this week.
What do you mean, pick what you play?
Like the first pick.
You've seen the show. So like give us a player that we have to pick, give us a team stack, give us anything.
A nursery rhyme where Davis has to identify its national origin.
It's national origin.
You have to stack the Packers, Aaron Rodgers, because I know how much Davis loves Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, got to stack Aaron Rodgers. That fits in well because Tuttle's an Aaron Rodgers fan. All right, man. Listen, you doing all right? It's like, seriously, you doing all right?
I'm recovering.
Yeah.
It was, at least I got to order pizza and wings. So
Hey, I'm proud of you, bud. Proud of you. Keep your head up, man. All right.
Guys.
All right. Love you.
Thank you, Michael.
That was not a very good bit. I would rate that bit 4 of 10.
Davis, I'm just glad you're paying attention to the bit. But he gave us the Packers. So there you go. Let's start with the Packers. Aaron Rodgers, who we pairing him with? Tuttle.
Devontae.
Yeah. People get so scared off playing these guys coming off of the Q tag. Even AJ Brown last night was underowned relative to his projection of being back. I love
showdown thought leader.
Did you play him in cash?
I don't play Showdown Cash. That is the loneliest, most degenerate thing I can possibly
What
imagine.
about fourth quarter Showdown Cash?
No, come on.
Well, we know Devontae was ready to roll 2 weeks ago too, before the bye. He sent that pissed off tweet about how other people know his injury better than himself. Apparently,
yeah,
he's good to go.
All right, so what's the bring back for Devontae?
The all injured lineup.
You need double bringbacks here.
Rojo Godwin?
No, you play Tanyan, and then you play Godwin and Scotty Miller.
Wow. Scotty after the air ball.
I don't know if I can sign off on this.
Bro,
Tanyan's 5,100.
Look what happens when you come off the air ball. You have 161 yards and a touchdown.
No. I will give you Rojo. We'll go double Rojo. That will be your pick. All right.
Kitchen's in on the bit.
I don't mind Rojo, but I'm not paying for 5,200 for Robert Tanyan this week. All right.
Oh yeah, you are. He's in this lineup, bro.
No, he is not, Davis. Peter?
Let's play Will Fuller.
Play the best plays.
All right. If we're going Will Fuller, I'm not going to go AJ Brown in this. I'm going to go January season.
This is why he rejected Tanyan, because he just wanted to get January in there.
No.
I don't.
So we need.
You were complaining about Tanyan for 5,100. Johnny's 52.
I'm so disgusted.
Did you see last night? Did you see last night?
Don't
Did you
even
see Tanyan's
stop.
last game?
They got Devontae Adams back, Peter.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so they're going to take the safeties away from Tanyan. He'll be even more open, dude.
January is going to get another touchdown with a
That
minute
doesn't
left
count?
Where,
Yeah.
that shouldn't have counted. Where Tannehill runs 20 feet.
I keep on telling you
Air Force
guys,
line.
and I think after last night, it's finally like sunk in. They try to get him the
Oh
ball
my
as
God,
much
dude.
as possible.
Okay,
It
I'll
doesn't
take my
seem
I'll
like
take
it
my
sunk
pick.
in.
We need to save salary. I'll just I'll eat a little bit of a chalk with Philip Lindsay at 4,300.
Yeah, we do need to save. We do need to save salary.
Oh, are you assuming that that Flash Gordon is not going to be playing this week?
The guy that
Breathalyzer
just got a
Gordon.
DUI.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have very much money to spend here at Flex.
Did you see that he was going like 76 and a 35 or 71 and a 35?
Terrible at running back, terrible at life.
That is a very poor life choice. Do better.
Imagine
So-
driving drunk in the year of our Lord 2020, bro.
Imagine being a professional athlete. Really anyone, but especially a professional athlete where you have the resources, like anything. The NFL has made it explicitly clear for these guys that they can always have a car.
It's just so
Pick 'em
easy
up.
to take an Uber. It's so
Right.
easy to take an Uber.
I can
They're not
barely imagine driving, much less doing it drunk. I haven't left my house in about 8 months. So
Yeah. Also, where was Melvin Gordon going? Where was he drinking? Like, what? I thought the NFL was like. I thought everyone was in trouble for like breaching these protocols, and teams were like maybe going to be losing draft picks. Like, what is he doing? Is he at freaking
Dairy Queen.
Yeah, like is he at the neighborhood bar and grill eating a hamburger and drinking beers? Like, what is he doing?
He got hammered
Davis.
at home, and he was on his way to get a Blizzard before Dairy Queen closed.
Yo, Davis would be so. You would tilt if you knew where I went last weekend. You
Probably.
would tilt hard. Dollywood, USA.
What even is that?
It's a theme park. I went to
A
a
theme
theme
park.
park.
You don't know what Dollywood is?
How do you not know what Dollywood is? When you
I'm more of a Bollywood guy
be-
personally.
it's Dolly Parton's theme park, bro. East Tennessee.
That is the most Tennessean thing I've ever heard in my life.
It is it's a legit theme park. They've got like decent roller coasters there. Don't worry.
I'm
I
glad.
had the Gator.
I'm just so glad the state of Tennessee gets to continue living their lives.
People were mad.
You had to
People-
wear a mask. You had to wear a mask. Chill out. Jeez.
Did you buy a Dolly Parton mask?
No. I wore the same mask I always wear in hopes that someone would recognize me. Okay.
in hopes someone would recognize me. Should have just
Let's,
worn a Roto Grinder shirt, bud.
I know I should have.
I want to
Let's
see
go-
one of those. You know, they take the photos if you come off the roller coaster. I just want to see everyone with their mask on. We're having fun, I promise. Ugh.
Mask were required. All right, let's we've got Rodgers, Jones, Lindsey, Adams, Fuller, Jonnu.
We have to play Zacchaeus.
No,
Jeff.
we do not.
Jeff.
Zacchaeus in the flex.
Why? Who are you
Did
trying
we
to get
double?
up
We
to?
didn't. We didn't double stack, did we?
No.
Yeah, we
didn't
did.
stack.
We didn't.
No, we didn't.
Oh,
Yeah, so
Cam
we're
Brate.
still
Cam Brate. Easy game.
in the flex.
That's not a double stack. That's a double bring back.
Yeah.
double brick.
Oh, I have Tanyan in my lineup because I'm not a sick fish.
Davis, do you want to do a Tanyan versus Jonnu bet this week?
No, I'm so sick of the Titans. I can't anymore. I bet that I have Johnny projected for more points anyway.
Of course you do. But
I
this
do.
reminds me of last year when I faded Rojo in an elite spot because Davis liked him a lot, and like I
He had
I just
7
could not-
catches in the first quarter.
I could not play him because of like how egregious Davis was being about him. And then like when he went off, it was a terrible experience. So I understand what you're saying about like Titans. Peter, you got to play for us?
I just gave you the play.
No.
What? Well, I do want to double stack. If we're not going to play Tanyan, let's play Valdez.
Always on board. He's like one of the worst players I've ever watched.
And then Chenault
So
fits. If you have the Vikings in as a the Schmeikings in as a placeholder.
The Schmeikings.
We don't
On
have to
DraftKings.
We don't have to appease DraftKings anymore. They're the 1B platform on this show now.
If you haven't signed up yet, you need to do it now. It's already, I think it's like already half filled. So 3 max. 3 max. I did this for the people, and FanDuel said, "What do you want?" They didn't say like
You need a tent pole to do it.
come see us at the 3-game or the 4-game slate around Thanksgiving. They said, "What do you want?" And I said, "I want 2x minimum. I want top 10 or the top prize,
1,000 spots, rake free,
20% rake free,
preloaded with Jonnu Smith in the tight end spot of every roster."
This is for the people. Thank
correct
you,
me if
FanDuel.
I'm wrong. You did not like used to be this way about the Titans, right? Like when we started this show, you were very ambivalent about the Titans.
My fandom for the Titans directly correlates to their success.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, hey, look, man.
That's quite the thing to admit.
I get it.
Bandwagon fan.
It's not like being a bandwagon fan. It's just like my interest is like way more when they're winning. If they're not winning, like during the Jake Locker years, I was way more interested in my fantasy teams. Like I just was like, it took my mind off of.
What about like the
Titans.
Kerry Collins years?
Yeah, I liked him. I mean, I am a Titans fan. I am not a member of a message board for the Titans. But
just Vandy.
Just Vandy. Okay, tight end.
Someone give the Trey Burton spiel. I don't want to be on record as giving it.
You get like 5 targets last week?
Leads Colts tight ends in routes and targets since returning from injury.
There's no need for the Trey Burton spiel when you have the
Irv Smith Jr.
The terrible take for 400 less.
Let's hear it.
Irv Smith Jr.
Okay.
2,500. Falcons D, absolutely terrible against the tight end. Have allowed the second most points per game to the tight end position. They let Irv cook last week. First 4 weeks, he only ran a route on 45% of Cousins' dropbacks. Last week, ran a route on 73%. Saw 5 targets last week. Lock him in.
After you've survived Adam Troutman in cash, Irv Smith Jr. doesn't even scare me.
Not at all.
Adam Troutman is a creative player.
Irv Smith against the Falcons. Lock him in.
On FanDuel, you've got Irv Smith 4,300, Trey Burton 4,700, Logan Thomas 4,800.
I think Irv Smith is a better player than Trey Burton. I'll say that.
I kind of want to out terrible Tuttle's tight end take here. You got an idea?
Let's hear it.
Tanner Hudson, 2,500.
No.
Yes. He led the Bucks in air yards.
I was about to say you're going to have to tell people that he plays for the Bucks because I guarantee you most do not know.
It's not that hard to lead Tom Brady's receivers in air yards. That's my point.
Just let me get this take off my chest, okay? A few weeks ago, played Adam Troutman at the Stone Men. The thesis of the play is he puts up a 0, the rest of your team goes off. No, but seriously, if you're going to punt it off, we like this game too. Tanner Hudson, 2,500. You watch that game, every time he catches the ball, you go, is that Gronk? No, it's Tanner Hudson.
Is that Gronk from 2012? Because you can definitely tell when it's Gronk now. It is not hard to spot him.
I'm having flashbacks to 2 weeks ago when I said O.J. Howard only ran 13 routes last week, and then he scored a touchdown the following week. Tanner Hudson only ran 11 routes last week.
Brait is the Buccaneers tight end to play. He led the team in targets per route run. He caught 5 of his 6 targets. He's the guy you'd want to play.
All right. Any like good tight ends?
There are no good tight ends this week. None of them are on the main slate.
Well, I mean, Andrews is on FanDuel where you pay up typically for tight end, and you can fit him in. But Jonnu Smith and Gesicki, as far as like decent big play guys, any interest in either of those?
How do you find a way to bring up Jonnu Smith in every single
angle
segment?
January season?
Ebron's the guy who got steam last week, and he stands out again at
4,100. That was literally no. That was some of the dumbest touting I've ever seen. Was the Eric Ebron touting?
Wow,
he's fine.
Levitan is the one that touted it. You're starting a tout war.
Levitan knew that it was not optimal. He said as much in his cash game recap. He was like, "I dusted myself doing this. I should have played the other team."
I think it was a bad play last week. I think he's a fine play this week. He's 4,100 on DraftKings.
How much do we think the spike in routes run is related to Deontay getting banged? Because if Deontay somehow plays a whole game for the first time all season, Juju stays out there. Now they're working in Claypool. They probably don't want to stone cold bench James Washington. I mean, maybe they do. Maybe that's the answer. Maybe the answer is James Washington just completely goes away. I don't know.
They just rotate them in like long route after long route and just rotate in these guys that are doing the same thing. Evan Ingram against Washington. Luckily, he got that end around touchdown last week.
I'm so sick of Evan Ingram. Unbelievably sick of him.
It wasn't his fault that touchdown got called off on the illegal shift. That was so gross on that fake punt, or was it?
Is Hakeem Butler going to be active this week for the Eagles at tight end, and then that's going to be the creative player that puts up 30 DraftKings points on the Eagles this week?
Wow. How about here's another gross one: Austin Hooper.
I was about to say Hooper.
Yeah, that's
I was
legit.
about to say Hooper. He's less
legit.
than 4K. He's 3.9. Landry is just the dust at the bottom of your garage.
Yeah. Gretsch had a good stat about him in stealing signals this week, that he had more air yards, 103 last week, than he had the first 3 weeks combined. So he's getting used a little differently.
Who wants the Hooper side versus Ebron?
Sure.
Anybody?
Sure.
Ebron. Because they're the same price on FanDuel. $200 difference on DraftKings.
Let's do it, Total. Phone's
right.
on the line.
All right, give me that wing. That LG wing, baby.
I'll put in my 5K Fire Stick.
How many of those did you buy, Dave?
You can only buy one, Peter. Read a book. Jeez. All right. Final. We got to do qualifiers for the Listener League. And so help me, if the number one spot it has an ETR badge, we will not be doing a Listener League anymore. You DM the Swolecast, or DM me. Don't DM me. DM the Swolecast or email swolecast@gmail. We'll get you a Swolecast theme RG badge. That's what you need. And if you do that, I'll throw in $100 if you win first place.
Why don't we just tweet out from the Swolecast account the Swolecast badge?
But then you gotta give them the actual picture that they have to download.
You can't do that on a tweet.
Is this like hand building? Like the boomers don't know how to save an image on their phones and add it to their DraftKings account?
David wants to sort through like 50 direct messages.
Hey guys, the GIF is on its way.
No,
the image, it's in the mail. It's in the mail.
This is just a prestigious thing. You have to go through some hoops to get it. Only Mr. Tuttle 05 and Soccer Dave have these images right now.
Davis, I thought after doing your interview with Bales, you now understand the value of digital art like this.
Yeah.
Bales is too hard. It's too up there for me, bro.
Okay. Qualifiers for this week on FanDuel, keep in mind.
Oh yeah, it is. Yes, FanDuel.
I got a good one.
Peter?
All right. The Peter challenge is called the Hudson River Prompt. You need to play one. You have to play Tanner Hudson, and then you have to play one giant and one jet.
This is the worst challenge of all time.
The Hudson River Prompt. Tanner Hudson, one jet, one giant.
And what do they win if they win this?
It's hard to know, Davis.
They get a shirt or a gift?
They get a shirt.
Maybe a shirt.
They get a shirt.
In a couple
Eventually,
years.
They get a shirt.
When are we going to get our shirts?
Yeah, when am I going to get my shirt?
The designs were submitted this week. Don't you worry. Davis, you might not be getting one, though. You got to turn in your log first.
I turned in my log last month.
Oh, there you go. I'm proud of you. Tuttle?
Irv Smith.
Boring. All right. Irv Smith.
Davis.
I
could see the smile. He's cooking up something real good.
So the one was I was trying to formulate the right language for it. It was like draft like the worst draft pick that you could have selected in the 4th round of your seasonal fantasy football league. So you have to play Le'Veon or Fournette, but I'm just going to go with, you got to play Royce Freeman, highest ranked Royce Freeman team.
We're very clearly.
What if you give him a little more? Give him how about the Freeman prompt, and you can play Devonta too.
Sure. Any Freeman player, you may.
Okay.
I'm just trying to punch up these prompts here. All right.
My prompt.
It's already rake free. It's already rake free, and Davis is getting it.
My prompt was good, but I just couldn't find the right words for it.
Yeah. It was not good then.
I started typing free in the FanDuel search bar to see how many Freemans there were. Does Juwan Winfrey start?
There's got to be a lot.
Does
Yeah.
Juwan
Winfrey
count?
Winfrey.
Yes, Juwan Winfrey counts.
Winfrey for sure counts. All
Dave,
right.
what's yours going to be?
See, I don't know if I should. I'm just going to go with their revenge narrative. Like you have to play 3 Dolphins. That's it. 3 Dolphins. So whoever it's going to be.
That's just like people's cash teams. Just go ahead and put them in there.
You think so?
No, I mean a lot of people are going to play Fitzpatrick. What's Gesicki cost on FanDuel?
53.
56.
Yeah.
56.
Okay, yeah. So that's going to be a lot of people's cash teams with Devontae Parker swapped in.
And that's
for
fine.
someone else.
And that's fine. And hopefully they can do well with them. They can enter them into other things and be good. So it's not always like just jeopardizing the lineup, Davis. Come on.
Just have fun out there with it, guys. Have a little fun with it.
That's right. Have fun out there. Do your best. See what you do.
And you're also unlikely to actually ever get these T-shirts. So if you don't want to use the qualifiers and just want to try to win money, that's cool too.
Yeah, obviously. Leone saying, Kitchen saying he's not a bandwagon fan, but I know he's a real hardcore Titan fan, and props to them for beating us really bad last night.
That does sound
comment.
like Leone.
I'm pretty sure that's what it said. So thanks to everybody for tuning in. Tuttle, did you give your terrible take, or are you just going to backpack? Or
Irv.
He already gave it, dude.
Irv season.
I didn't know if that was his terrible take.
Dave, you're doing too much multitasking during the show.
Yeah, can you focus, dude? This is your job.
Oh, gosh.
This is your job, dude. Take it seriously.
Closing thoughts. Peter?
Someone tell me the plays.
Check out the LG wing brought to you by LG.
All right. Davis?
Yeah, I mean, I just wish someone would tell me the plays because I'm having a hard time figuring out who's going to win me 5 figures this weekend.
You'll get there. Tuttle?
Irv season.
That's
Anytime you can tout a fullback 6 times in one show, you got to do it.
Touchdown, baby.
I will just go ahead and say that in life, there are multiple ways to look at things. You can look at it glass half full. You can look at it glass half empty. FanDuel giving us an hour of surprise drama, finding out if our lineup was cashing or not, was honestly
An hour?
pretty cool. Yeah, like all the plays had to come in.
Oh, that took longer than an hour.
No, it was about an hour.
No, buddy. You can tell Kitchen had like $73 out on FanDuel if he only thought that took an hour.
Davis, I had more than you.
Did you?
Heads up for rolls. Oh, yeah. Heads up for rolls, bro.
The first hour was literally only having the Chiefs and Raiders game.
Chiefs and Raiders.
Right. But after that, this one, like everyone had that. But after that, it started coming in one by one by one by one.
When the Browns DST touchdown came in, it was a good moment in my young life.
Yeah. Anyways, in life, you can look at things from a negative perspective or a positive perspective. And you could say, listen, we couldn't practice. We had all this adversity. We're not going to win. Or you can say,
Devin, mute him. I'll close the show.
All right. On behalf of that, we'll see you next time. Week 7 here. The Swolecast and rotogrinders.com.